Welcome. So in today's video, I go through some of the highlights of what I think will be the hottest trends for spring summer 2025. So let's get going. Grab that cup of tea and I'll see you guys in the video. Before we dive in, welcome back guys, welcome back fashion divas. If this is the first time you are here, welcome, a warm welcome to you. My name is Esther and on this channel I do weekly fashion videos on whatever is going on in the fashion space. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, please like this video and subscribe, and let's go. Of looking at what will be the main trends of spring summer 2025, I decided to pick out what would be great trends to become more trendier longer term than spring summer 2025. So as always with every season, there's always going to be colors, there's always going to be certain shapes, there's going to be certain silhouettes that are going to be popular, but let's actually create our own trends and do things that I personally will follow. So I'm creating trends that from spring summer 2025 that I personally want to follow for the long term. So this spring summer, it was very subdued, it was very low energy. There were a few breakout collections, but nothing was really capturing my attention and capturing the zeitgeist. As always, you're going to have the same, by capturing the zeitgeist, I'm personally meaning the online zeitgeist, because it's become apparent over the last few years. Maybe to you guys it was known, but to me it's brand new, that Fashion Week, for the most part, the collections are not for the consumer of the brand or the clients. They are for the consumer of media attention, and a lot of the collections and the stuff they bring down the runway are just purely marketing tools, and therefore it doesn't and just to maintain the brand's visibility. We all know that for luxury houses, most of their sales come from perfume, leather goods, other licensed items with the brand name, so the collections aren't really the main income, the main generating income, the main bread and butter for a lot of brands. So sometimes what you see on the runway, it is just a reflection of the brand's creative identity at the moment. It's just a nice marketing tool. It's nice to be a part of the conversation, but then more and more it's become less about what the buyers will think, what the fashion journalists are going to think about the collection, and it really is about what myself, the consumer of media, of fashion celebrity media, is going to talk about. Who is going to be the most talked about designer, who's going to have the most talked about collection once it's all said and done, and that is based off of what high fashion Twitter are talking about. So a few years ago, when Sandy Liang burst out on the scenes with bows and the sort of femininity, fragility, colours, in a way that became the talking point. So a lot of brands probably wanted to jump on their version of bows just because they wanted to be a part of the trending conversation. But this season I just haven't really seen a big trending conversation in what we've had over the past few years. So it's also quite hard to predict what that is going to be and what people are going to be talking about. I think we are done with high fashion Twitter personally being a voice. I think we've really reached the pinnacle of all that could be, and now we're going to see what kind of content creation around speaking about fashion is going to evolve into. I do see a resurgence of the bloggers from the past, but in a different way, more independent media talking about things, more separate subcultures, because we've all become globalized through the internet, when we all have our own individual point of views and stories, and we're now probably going to go back into those little rooms again. More subcultures, less globalized general popular pop culture information. That's my personal takeaway. So after going through once again all of the collections on Vogue Runway, and I'm sure there were some I missed out, I personally picked out certain looks that I'm excited about for spring summer 2025 that I will think will be great trends to get on board with right now, because a lot of what I've realized, a lot of spring summer, a lot of the new collection is like, it wasn't decidedly summer focused. It was very much transitional transition wardrobe focused. That was like, you didn't get the summer from me, you got the transit wardrobe. But yes, so the first one that I loved was leather jackets, and you'll be thinking, leather jacket, that's a staple piece, but they had this leather jacket that's like very much 80s style, but it's probably not 80s. It's like balloon shoulders and it's oversized, and I actually got one from a vintage shop before this season came out. I got one from a vintage shop in central London, in style. It doesn't have the lapels, it doesn't have the usual denim leather jacket style, and I think Saint Laurent did great pieces for with the suit looks, and also with dresses. I think the shape is so dynamic and diverse. You don't really there's so many ways that you could wear it, and so many ways it could kind of slot into your life. Also, Chloe did a really nice oversized one too. So these are more men's style leather jackets that are now being co-opted by women's too. The Attico also did a great style with massive lapels, but it still has the same element of oversized thigh length and massive sleeves, and that is trend number one. Trend number two that I'm excited to get behind is always a color that's going to be like the color of the season, and there wasn't that much color that came down. I was stuck between either like lime green, lilac, or pink, and I went with pink. I saw every single collection, every single designer, they would always have a full pink piece, and it's not like millennial pink, it's like a satin pink, it's a softer pink. Think that chromatic pink is going to be spring summer's favorite color. Of course, Simone Rocha had quite a few options in pink dresses, and these baby pinks aren't looking childish. They're not looking, they can be worn in different ways by different people in different styles. David Comer had this really grand fur pink hooded piece, and I thought was gorgeous. Alexander McQueen did their pink and silver style lace dress. Nancy Dojaka had her gorgeous sheer pink. She also had a few different color pinks, but I went with a few to pick from. Of course, Dolce & Gabbana had a really gorgeous satin pink. Balmain had a more of a hot, warmer cerise pink in one of their dresses. Bottega a dressing gown, and I kind of like it. Balenciaga also did a hot pink look too. Victoria Beckham had a nice look. So yes, invest in that pink piece. Another trend that I saw heavily on the runway, I've kind of split in two. There's like underwear as outerwear, which is coming back as it's a part of that whole generation of before Instagram blew up in the 2000s. That era where we want to go back to before social media dominated our lives. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of fashion from then coming back in. But yeah, so your underwear and outerwear, and also I call it sheer moments, where it's like a lot of sheer pieces layered, or simply just sheer and enjoying giving a peekaboo show. So there are a lot of brands that did this on the runway. Will I see it be off the runway? I think in certain environments, in certain environments, your occasion wear pieces, you may see it obviously more than just your day-to-day travel. So again, Simone Rocha had always some gorgeous sheer piece. Chloe had some real good mixture of the sheer pieces on top and the sort of like pirate pants or like pantaloons, like Mormon garments style underwear as outerwear. I wouldn't be surprised if Mormon garments become like a fashion statement piece now. Mark my words. Again, Nancy Dojaka as always does this look really well. Isimiaki and also Peter Doe had the same sort of idea of creating that look. We also had some in Dolce & Gabbana. And then for underwear is outerwear, which is like another aspect of this, but this is more simply like the agent provocateurs, the luxury underwear market space has sort of has devolved. I used to work for Agent Provocateur in their PR office once upon a time, back when it was the popping brand to be in. It kind of straddled that line between fashion and underwear, and we haven't had that kind of brand around before, because there was a lot of competitors who were also in that same space, but have also not really been a main focal point of the current zeitgeist of fashion for a while. So it will be interesting to see if brands actually commit to the bit and bring underwear as outerwear back in fashion. So we saw some pieces on Chloe's runway, Nancy Dojaka again, Dolce & Gabbana again, Caroline Vito as well had a nice take on it. Balenciaga did that as well with the tights that looked like they were suspenders attached to the stockings, but it was like a full tight look. I can definitely see that being worn as it is now with an oversized jumper by like an influencer for the gram somewhere, but Balenciaga was the one that really carried this underwear outerwear look actually for the season. The Attico also brought out similar pieces. Simone Rocha again did the cute baby doll, a red baby doll, nighty as a dress as well. What else did I capture in my... Also, Noel's Studio also does some great corseted looks, and she's always kind of really done great corseted outerwear pieces, and she bought them again for this season. Have a look through her collection because I loved it. Another trend that I love, I didn't fully see it on the runway, but I really want to see it come back with more gusto. It's like the smoking jacket. So it's not like a blazer, it's a smoking jacket. YSL did the original smoking jacket, and I haven't seen it in a while. I think Tom Ford could do a great smoking jacket style, but I really want to see it back in full force as a part of like main outerwear, occasion wear styling. So Anna Demila Muster did like a great style that I saw with lots of like ribbon on the arms that I thought would be a cute look. Alexander McQueen did a similar blazer jacket, but not quite the smoking jacket look. Sergio Hartson did a great suit style in like a lovely crushed lilac colour. Then of course Simone Rocha did a really nice style blazer too. You can also see the Attico did like a long line one, which I thought was cute. Also Peter Doe has done loads of different styles like this. The final look of his collection, he did one. Nancy Dojaka did like the perfect look of the smoking jacket that I've actually want to incorporate. Imagine that with like some sexy heels and like a mini skirt or a mini dress. Gorgeous. And then Balmain has their own version of a kind of smoking jacket blazer with a massive gold weighted belt. Dolce & Gabbana also did cute ones. Moschino, Loire as well has done like a deconstructed cut up one too. Loved to see it. And another trend that I'm seeing could be more for like summer, spring summer 2025, probably going into autumn in 2025, is like under the sea marine life, the Little Mermaid style fashion, but this is more based on the marine colors of blues, turquoises, greens in very mermaid style skirts, dresses and tank tops. So it's very much for summer to go with under the sea. You can have like seashell styled bags as well. I think I started to see that already for the end of like just a quick micro trend that came and went, that I think is people are probably gonna lean into for next year. I saw it in Prisca Vera. Chet Lowe has done one looking like a puffer fish. So anything that reminds you of the marine kingdom is what Under the Sea is about. Just like the Chloe bags as well, like I mentioned. David Comer, I think with the blues and sequins, are also quite giving the same under the sea look. De Pesta's collection is also very much under the sea, with the wet looked t-shirts and also all of the ruching, the different fabrics used. It's very much giving the same thing. Christopher Esber had a really gorgeous teal color dress as well that he had on the runway. That's a part of that. Anything reminds me of Waves. Also Victoria Beckham had this cute one as well, so that's also another trend piece to look to for summer, to have fun in summer with under the sea. And finally, a particular trend that I really would love to see more of is the white translucent PVC or any other see-through white fabric jacket. Like, I love this look so much and I just want to see it everywhere, and I want to manifest finding a vintage Agent Provocateur style PVC see-through translucent like raincoat. I think they're called raincoats. But yes, Herve Leger had a nice one in white. Simone Rocha had a gorgeous one in a nice champagne cream color. Garni had one in blue as well on the runway. Cecile Behansen had one in white with clouds or floral prints, and also one that's clear. And then there's this gorgeous Dolce & Gabbana one that is my absolute favorite raincoat. I'm like dreaming about that. But yeah, so that was it for me for this video, for the trends that I'm excited about to pick up speed for spring summer 2025. I really would like to find most of these pieces already in my wardrobe, or getting them like vintage inspired rather than high street inspired, because I think now more than ever well made garments are sought after, because one, they last long, and if they do kind of if something happens to them, they're easier to fix because they've been constructed well. Whereas a lot of badly constructed fast fashion pieces, if they just start to disintegrate in some way, they aren't really repairable or fixable. And well-made pieces is not something that you really come across anymore. So I'm really interested in investing, not even really a big investment. It's just looking at older pieces, older garments generally just being well made, because they're designed to last, whereas now most things aren't, which is which is unfair. Things are designed to last, but then that also just falls on the consumer with what we're saying we want and what we want to demand and put our money towards too. There is a level of responsibility we have to take with where we decide to put our money to buy things. But okay, that was just me ending on waffling on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to this right to the end, you are a real one. Yay! And I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.